Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Supernatural Selection. I'm your host, Kevin the Bastard. With me tonight, of course, are Mike the Skeptic. Mike, how you doing?
I'm pretty good.
All right, and we've got Mr. David Davis. David, how you doing?
I was just following orders.
Oh, God. Oh, no, that is not how... No, I am originally from South America. As you can tell...
by my brown skin.
As you can tell, we're going to be delving a little bit into World War II, but what we're actually talking about this week is the Vatican Archives, the Vatican Secret Archives. So, guys, what do you know about these secret archives, Mike? Besides what I've told you, did you know anything about these things beforehand?
No, because it's secret.
Ooh, good point. David, how about you?
I'm sure that's where the bodies are buried.
Ooh, yeah, you're not wrong. According to certain conspiracy theories, which is what we delve into. But let's talk a little bit about the Vatican Archives themselves. They were started, of course, to keep track of, it is actually now called the Vatican Apostolic Archive. And it contains the record of all acts of the Holy See, which the Holy See is basically the Catholic Church and the area that it governs, which is all of Catholicism. So, it was started a long time ago, but it has like all the records of the popes for the last over 1,000 years, and in some cases even longer, close to like 2,300 years of data stored in this secret archive.
When you said the Catholic Sea, it just made me wonder, is that where the Jesus fish are?
I love that. Yes, that's exactly where they are, Mike. You can go fishing for Jesus fish. So the
Sounds like a popular place.
Oh, that's your one. You get one per episode, and that's your one, buddy. If you go over that, I beat you to death with a shoe again.
Wait,
yes, Father.
Again.
Beat
him to death. Again.
Yes. All right. So the actual name of the Vatican Apostolic Archive was originally the Archivum Secretum Apostolicarum Vaticanum, which is basically the Vatican Private Archives.
But now, see, when it's in Latin, it just sounds like a supervillain sanctum.
Or a sect of Warhammer 40,000.
It really kind of does. It's like, this is all for the Emperor of Mankind. Glory to the Emperor! Secretum actually means, in Latin, can be translated to private. But it's also the base word of the word secret, so it was kind of mistranslated. A little while back, the Pope renamed it to the Vatican Apostolic Archive to sort of take the voodoo off.
The voodoo curse.
The voodoo curse of the secret archive of the Catholics. But like I said, it has the records of all the acts of the Holy See, which involves all the popes for a long way back. Yeah?
I just remember the title of the episode.
Oh, what is the title of our episode, Mike?
Popin' ain't easy.
That is so fucking perfect. I'm so glad you got that down. Okay, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Popin' ain't easy, but it sure is fun.
Glad I poped in.
Oh, quit it. Quit it.
I'm sorry.
Quit it. You are so dead. Now, here's the thing. Some of the things that we know for... Okay, actually, before we go into that, one of the things about the archive is that it hasn't been completely secret for a long time. The Pope actually opened it up to scholars of a certain level, like a certain trust level. So, like
Phaeton level 3.
God, I'm pretty sure they don't let Scientologists in, Mike. So they let them in, and they're allowed to check out like maybe 3 sources at a time, I think. And
could you imagine the late fees on those books?
Oh my God! Here's the thing: is it in money or is it in your soul?
It's in Pope bucks.
Oh, you didn't bring the book back on time. You're going to spend 10,000 years in purgatory. So the point is, it hasn't been completely secret for a long time, but more recently it's been opened up to the general public. So if you can get to the Vatican, you can get in there.
Well, but then there's the secret section of the Secret Archives.
You're not wrong. There is a secret section. Anything after 1939 is still off limits.
Oh, jeez. I wonder why.
Yeah, I fucking wonder why.
What was going on then, and what side were the Italians on?
Nothing was going on then, Mike. It was everybody was on vacation. 9 years of vacation.
Maybe it was just a bunch of top secret spaghetti recipes they didn't want to get public.
Or spaghetti westerns.
Ooh,
it was all about Sergio Leone. So some of the stuff that we know for a fact that's in the archive is Henry VIII's divorce request to the Pope that was denied and led to the founding of the Church of England.
Damn.
Which
That's a cool document.
That is cool. Like, you can go in there and read that if you know how to read Old English and fucking Italian.
Spoiler alert, the things that look like F's, they're actually S's. So it's not Congref, it's Congress.
That's true. All papal communication for the past 1,000 years has been meticulously recorded, with some prior to that, but not as meticulous because, I mean, shit gets lost when you get to a certain point. But my absolute favorite thing that is actually in there is Michelangelo's complaint that he hasn't been paid for the Sistine Chapel yet. It is literally just, where's my money, bitch?
Yeah, I did this commission for you. You're going to have to pay up.
It's like a nasty letter on Fiverr.
It's just it's like the equivalent of a DM on Twitter. It's like, hey, so when are you going to pay me?
Yeah, I did that picture of, like, the big wolf fucking the turtle in the ass, and I'd really like to get paid so I don't have a black mark on my soul. So
now, when did Leonardo do that?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure one day we'll find it.
He's the world's first furry.
Yeah, so, like, there's a lot of interesting things actually in the archive that we do know realistically are there, but we're not here for the realistic things that may be in the secret Vatican archive, are we?
Super sexy secrets.
Now, before we go on, I'm sure some people will accuse us of Catholic bashing, which is not true. I completely respect the Catholic faith because, like, seriously, there's a lot of amazing pageantry going on, and, like, I love the idea of a continual church for, like, 2,000 years, and one of us, Mike, tell us your relation to the Catholic Church.
So, my parents were pretty much on again, off again. I wouldn't really call them lapsed because they considered themselves Catholics.
Sure.
But they didn't really go to church. Like, I probably only went to church, like, a handful of times.
That sounds like you're Catholic.
Well, I mean...
Sorry.
So, I'm just, you know...
Yeah, you only went
only
a
like
few times in your life.
Yeah, I never took communion, but both my parents did.
Congratulations, you're not a zombie.
But I do remember kind of being, you know, jealous of the Jesus crackers as a kid because I'm like, I want to do the thing. You know, you see a bunch of people doing this stuff as a kid, you're like, fuck yeah, I want to do that.
Shit, dude, I did that. Mind you, mine was King's Hawaiian bread and some really good kosher wine. But
was that at a church?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'll tell you about that later.
I'm sorry to tell you, Kevin, but now you're Catholic.
No, it wasn't a Catholic church.
Oh,
it was a different church, but it was King's Hawaiian bread and some decent grape juice tasting wine. And let me tell you something, Jesus is delicious. So continue, Mike. I'm sorry, I interrupted.
So I was raised kind of Catholic, so that means I became atheist/agnostic.
Yeah, I mean, that's everyone I know that was raised Catholic. Okay, I say everyone, but, like, a lot of people I know that were raised Catholic, it's basically atheism training.
Yeah, well,
you know, I don't know what it is.
It's just so kind of out there that if you're not fully steeped in it,
Sure.
it's like Scientology. You're either fully invested in it or it's batshit crazy.
And I will say, like, if I were going to join like an organization with like cultish behavior, it would probably be the Catholic, just because it's like, well, I already kind of have like some Christian beliefs, so like, sure, let's do the kneeling and the standing. It's good calisthenics.
Well, yeah, it's been around for a while too. So,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. 2,000
a lot of people
years.
will vouch for them.
Yeah, it's kind of proven itself due to longevity. If that's how you say that, I don't really know. I've always read longevity, but like I've never heard it said. Is it longevity?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Longevity.
Yeah, longevity.
Great, I sound like an idiot already.
Well,
anyway.
I mean, I'm not going to say anything.
No, you better not. You want to stay on this fucking show. Anyway, so again, we're not really interested in what's really, well, we will be later interested in what's actually in the archives, but what we're interested in is rumor.
And conjecture?
Conjecture and just random ideas that somebody had. So we're going to start off talking about the chronovisor. Mike, have you ever heard of the chronovisor besides from me?
Isn't that SNES RPG from Square?
No, that's Chrono Trigger, and I keep and the thing is, when I hear the chronovisor, I keep picturing like the Virtual Boy.
Isn't that why we're wearing masks right now?
Is it?
Something about the corona something.
No, that's the chronovirus. That's different.
Oh, okay.
The chronovisor, isn't that like what the bros wear? You know, they wear their sunglasses and their chronovisor backwards.
Now, do they wear them at night?
I
Maybe.
wear my chronovisor at night so I can. All right, so the chronovisor is the first thing I want to talk about that is allegedly stored in the Vatican Archive. It is both the physical components that have been disassembled because it is a dangerous tool for anyone to have, and because they have the blueprints for it in the archive, of course.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So the chronovisor was originally created by a priest named Pellegrino Ernetti.
Is that who they named the drink after? San
Probably.
Pellegrino?
Probably. But he had help from, let me start by saying, pretty much every fucking scientist you've ever heard of. Einstein, Tesla, and Oppenheimer.
Of course.
And Werner von Braun. Because why the fuck not?
Why not?
I know. So the chronovisor basically reads leftover radiation from past events to transcode that into visual images so you can see and hear the past.
Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. So the object itself is a cabinet with a television screen inside it that you climb into like a confessional, and you work knobs and levers, and you can see anything that's ever happened in the past because we're not moving through space or anything. And let's see, there were photos taken of various events like the crucifixion of Jesus, which were totally not photos of a statue of Jesus in a church in Rome.
Of course not.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely not. And the best part about this thing, the guy that invented it, this Ernetti guy, said that he watched the crucifixion of Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount, and one of the lost plays of a famous Greek playwright, and he wrote it all.
Evening.
Yes, and he wrote it all down, and everybody was like, "This is no, fuck you, you're wrong." Now the thing about the chronovisor. And I sat here over the outline for quite some time debating on whether to write jokes about this or let the joke tell itself. It works best when a young boy is using the device.
No.
But of course it does.
Yep, Small, young male children shoved into a cabinet with a priest with a television.
Oh, that sounds incredibly uncommon for the time.
Yeah, no. I don't even know how to broach this. It is so painful.
That's what the boy said.
Oh,
Papa,
gosh.
please, it hurts so much. Please don't do this.
Hey, Poppy.
Oof.
I
say
wish you
oof.
had not said that, David. You're
I'm so
going
sorry.
You're going to hell for that one, my friend.
You're going to hell for making us
Yeah.
laugh at that.
Yeah, pretty much. So the
Especially
basic
a lapsed Catholic. Oh my God, really?
yeah. So the coronavirus was deemed too dangerous to remain in existence and was disassembled and stored in the Vatican archives, if you believe such things. So
Oh, totally.
allegedly, it and the plans for it are all sitting down there, just fucking waiting for somebody
Just
to find
chilling.
them. Just
The
chilling,
fucking room of requirement.
just fucking vibing down there.
Yeah, because why not?
I mean, why not? So
I thought you were going to give us a conspiracy theory. This seems perfectly rational and above board.
Yeah.
well,
no,
that is the conspiracy that they have a fucking time viewer in the archive.
Why wouldn't they?
The supernatural
That's a good
selection, I don't feel comfortable saying science and fucking logic, but, You were going to say something, David. What was that?
No, just the fact that it took you so long to even say anything proves that it makes sense that the Vatican would have a time TV.
You know what?
Time TV.
Here's the thing. I did actually put Time TV in the notes and forgot to bring it up, so I'm really glad you said that. They really do. They have a Time TV down there. Oh, Poppy, thank you for letting me watch television. Ow! Ow! So,
Why is your hand on me pants?
I just, seriously, I couldn't write this.
Is that a leprechaun?
You told me about a gold, did you, laddie? So, I don't even know what to say about this, because it's like, okay, you got a Time TV. Did we have to bring the young boys into this?
No, see, that's explaining why they need the young boys. It's not for sexual gratification, it's for a higher purpose.
Maybe it's powered by the imagination of small children.
They say that, now their explanation is that, the imagination of young children is required so they can see this and they accept it. And I'm like, no, you're fucking poking them in the butt.
It sounds like a retcon to me. Like they're trying to figure out a way to explain the culture of systemic child abuse. So it's like, oh, it's Time TV.
Doesn't it, though? It really does sound like just an excuse for why there is
Buggery.
child abuse. Buggery, yes, thank you. God. So, I wish there was more to talk about. This has been mentioned in several books about, the secrets of the Vatican. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. If you want to go there.
Yeah.
If you had a Time TV, guys, what would you tune into?
Just watch dinosaurs all day. I mean, fuck what else
that
would I do?
that was my answer too.
Wow. You know what? That's
Dinosaurs
funny.
all day, every day.
Because I think actually, I would do dinosaurs 6 days out of 7. And on the 7th, I would tune in to try to find lost civilizations. But mostly dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I would take what I view, edit a show called History's Greatest War Crimes, and just make a ton of money.
Oh, we're going to get there, buddy. You just freaking wait. So, beyond that, we have the proof of the non-existence of Jesus Christ is allegedly stored in the Vatican archives in the forms of letters from the Apostle Paul. From the Apostle Peter.
What about the Apostle Ringo?
Let's not forget
me.
Mary either. California Dreamin' and everything.
Oh, yeah. On such a
There's
winter's
never
day.
Apostle George or Ringo, so I'm
No,
sad.
there wasn't. What if there was an Apostle George who was called Ringo?
George Ringo.
George Ringo. Wait.
That's too
John
close
Ringo.
to John Ringo. Ooh.
Never look up the books of John Ringo, ladies and gentlemen. That is some shit.
Oh, John Ringo, no.
So, anyway, the proof of the non-existence, of Jesus. Sorry, eh? So, anyway, letters from Peter to the ruler of the Roman Empire at the time, saying, yeah, no, Jesus didn't exist, but, like, you know, we can, like, stabilize the country and all this stuff. The empire will be great. But then it has also supposedly got the proof of the existence of Jesus in the form of other letters from Peter to the Pope. Not the Pope, the Emperor of Rome.
Oh, so it's not a Depopa.
It's not a Depopa. They also allegedly have pieces of the true cross on which Jesus was crucified. And the foreskin of Jesus Christ.
I have questions.
I like to think that it's in a mason jar full of whiskey.
I mean, what?
And you drink it, and you have to, like, kiss the foreskin, and then you become, like, immortal.
I mean, just
now,
why?
here's my question.
Okay.
Would that make it a Holy Spirit?
Oh,
yes.
yes, actually, it totally would. Mike, what is your question?
I mean, just why? I mean, when do you get the foreskin?
Like, okay, first off, he's
why
Jewish.
Do you keep it?
He's Jewish, so he was circumcised as an infant.
So somebody,
like Mary was like, oh, I don't know why Mary was about to become Italian there, but she's like, oh, this is the Son of God. I better keep the tip of his dick.
Maybe one of the wise men just had a really, really weird need.
Oh, Balthazar, put it down. No, I want to add this to the collection.
I want to use it to hold my marbles.
Oh, God. Why is everyone Italian all of a sudden? Even the guys
the
from
Vatican,
the even the people from the fucking Far East are suddenly Italian. Jesus. Yeah, actually, Jesus could have been Italian in this. But anyway, the point is,
it's a Christ.
The idea that they have his foreskin of all things, like,
yes, it's like the fuck.
Yeah, like I'd believe his head more than I will believe foreskin. Like they sawed off it like the skull of Jesus.
But like they're doing a Walt Disney thing and keeping the head under Catholic Disneyland here.
Yeah. Or like Futurama. Like they have Jesus' head in a jar and it's sitting there going, this is really fucking boring. Another thing allegedly in the Vatican archives is proof of the existence of extraterrestrials.
But of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now, there are a couple of things that are alleged to be down there that prove the existence of extraterrestrials. The first being, when they were doing some work on the Vatican, and they pulled up one of the floors and they were digging down, they discovered the skull of a gray.
Mm-hmm.
And they archived it in the secret archive because they're like, well, fuck this thing. This
it's just Johnny Longskull.
Well,
that's just Johnny Longskull.
Johnny Longskull, you know, he hung around Jesus all the time.
He's just got this skull,
you know. Pass around the collection plate.
Yeah, you know, he's
he
just
called it a little flying saucer.
Wee. Now, the thing that kills me here is that I could understand, like, oh, shit, we found an alien skull. We got to keep this under wraps because, like, what if this undermines the Catholic Church?
The under-church miner.
God damn it.
They could just say the aliens are dying to become Catholic, and that's why he was there.
You know, I would totally...
Anything would help.
Like, oh, he came here to get the blessings of Jesus Christ from Peter. Anything... You could lie. It's a dead body. It's a skull. You could say anything you... Also, where was the rest of the body? There's no skeleton, just the skull.
Balthazar was up to something shady again.
Oh, God, man. You know what? I'm starting to wonder about Balthazar and his fucking kinks. Not to kink shame, but goddamn, dude. Or what if, like, the alien skull is made of bone and the body's made of cartilage because I just can't be bothered to come up with a rational explanation. Mike, why would there just be a skull? Did they behead this motherfucker?
I don't fucking know. I mean, really. There's nothing in the lore about this other than...
The lore. Oh my god, there needs to be a wiki of Catholic bullshit.
Yeah.
Like made up Catholic bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, the other proof, possible proof, is they have an actual alien alive in the archives in an apartment being kept alive.
What about his head? They found his head.
It's attached. It's attached. It's completely separate from the skull thing. It's like they have like an actual live alien.
Oh, fair enough. Well, then ask him where the fucking body is.
Yeah, okay, sure. It's like, Zipnack, where is the fucking body?
I ate him and shit out his bones.
Our bones are made of meringue.
Candy.
Meringue and candy. Our bones are candy, our cartilage and various connective tissue are meringue. Just fucking deal.
We solved it.
My question is, they've got an alien down there. Why didn't they just make him an archbishop?
Archbishop Zipnack.
Exactly. Archbishop Zipnack, man. If they came out and like a gray comes out wearing fucking Catholic robes, I'm joining the church.
I mean, they could hide his head with like, their headdresses they wear.
Oh yeah.
Make him the fucking Pope.
Yeah, oh fuck, alien Pope would be badass.
I think that was the previous Palpatine Pope was an alien.
Oh, seriously? You think, what was his name?
Ratzinger? Or Ratzinger? Or?
Ratzinger, Rat Spitter, whatever.
Rat Eater.
Rat Shitter, I don't know. But the one that looked like fucking Palpatine wearing white robes.
What was his, Pope name?
Pope Shitface the 11th? I don't know. He was an ass. Hang on. I'm going to look up previous Pope on Google because I feel like we owe it to the listeners.
List of popes, Google.
Oh, sweet. He was Pope Benedict. The
16th.
The
Jesus
the XI,
God,
XVI.
every fucking photo of him looks like a nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm looking at this one picture, it's like, I am the Sith.
No, he totally looks like the Emperor.
I mean, like, there's...
and so he stepped down, right? He's still alive.
He was like, okay, people hate me. I need to just fucking quit, apparently.
He laundered his Nazi money and then retired to an island.
Uh-huh.
That's how you do it.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm not really going to trust the Catholic Church until we get a black pope.
That's fair. That's why they wouldn't make Zibnak a pope, is because he's a person of color.
You're not white or
he's
Italian.
Green, but...
Yeah, no, seriously. Either alien or ethnic. We gotta have a pope that like speaks for more people. I'm just saying. I'm not even Catholic, and I'm down with that.
We haven't had We haven't had any good pope names in a while. Like it's all been Paul, John Paul. Where's Pope Pius from 1958?
I think Pope Pius put the voodoo on that by helping Nazis escape.
Oh.
Well, it's really funny to go through this list of...
Well, there's two Pope Piuses. There was the 11th and the 12th. Well, in the recent thing,
at least 12 of them.
Yes, there's been 12 of them.
I think that does imply that there were more than two.
But like in a row, there was Pope Pius the 11th and then the 12th.
I want to be Pope Shitface the 98th just to throw people out the window with all this shit.
I mean, do you have to take a...
13th.
I mean, just seeming like... Well, no, Pope Francis is the first of his name, I guess.
Is he?
He doesn't have a number by his name.
Well, maybe he's a reboot.
Well, no, because there's been other Benedicts before.
Yeah, well, I also don't like the name Benedict just from American history in general.
Yeah, Pope Benedict but it doesn't have a number by his name, so I'm assuming he's Pope Francis the First.
Wow, that's interesting. Ooh, what if I
guess he wanted to break from the tradition and...
What if I joined the Catholic Church, became Pope, and became Pope Zlod?
Well, yeah, what would your Pope name be?
Zlod. How about you, David?
Be Pope Pete.
Pete?
Because it sounds funny. No, Pete. Like Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
Because it'd be funny to say.
Okay, Pope Pete.
Pope Pete.
I'd be Pope Sex Fucker.
Pope Sex Fucker.
Okay.
The first of his name. Just to make people say that.
Of his fucking name.
Just to make people say that with a straight fucking face.
And that should be Pope John Ron Jeremy.
Or what if it was like Pope Sexcopter?
No.
No, just sex
maybe,
fucker.
Or Pope Panties, maybe.
You can't say panties with a straight face.
Pope Epstein didn't kill himself.
I dare you to try to say sex fucker with a straight face.
I can't. I've been trying for the last 2 minutes. Pope sex fucker.
Imagine that, it becomes a line. Sex fucker the third.
Oh my God. Like, it's a year 2089. Pope sex fucker the fourth is taking the seat of the Pope. Oh my God. All right,
just
everybody.
Oiled up and glistening.
Pope PewDiePie.
I can't
We're going to
wait.
get a Pope PewDiePie in the future.
Oh, God.
I can't
Kill
wait
me.
for them to, open it up to voting like that fucking boat.
Popey McPope face?
Yes. Popey McPope Face the first has ascended to the highest position in the Catholic Church. So yeah, now that we've discussed, now that we've ripped the fucking papacy apart with that one, another thing that is allegedly in the secret archives.
Super secret. Super sexy.
The largest collection of pornography in the world.
Very sexy.
Very
yeah.
sexy.
Oh, yeah.
And here's
It's
the
all
thing.
just Tijuana Bibles. Just like for every apostle.
Oh, Mickey! Yeah. No, I I can't come up with a reason for why they would have that other than we got to know what we're fighting against. Also, this is hot. I don't really know why they would have that other than as a warning to future generations of Catholics.
It's a reference collection,
Truly, the enemy of the people is DVDA.
I mean, you have to
my
know
God.
your enemy.
I just like to think that it's they have every piece of pornography ever made, a copy of every, fucking Nugget is in there.
You have
Nugget
to have
magazine.
The amount of manpower you'd need to track down and catalog all the pornography. I mean, if you're not just
Heavy on the
physical,
manpower,
right?
by the way. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that.
I mean, if you're talking just
around,
physical, it's gotten a lot easier lately.
I think around 1998, there was such an influx of pornography, the Catholic Church was sort of fuck it.
They just threw up their hands. They're
we'll
just
fucking
build
clowns fucking with balloons. We're done. We're not getting anything else.
Just build a web crawler to bot to just hoover it all up.
You know what this makes me think about?
What's that?
How fucking cool the secret Vatican break room is. I guarantee they have at least two foosball tables.
Oh my God! Yeah, you're right.
They have a Coke and a Pepsi machine.
Ooh,
but
they're the
still,
only ones that can do that.
They still only have shitty K-cup coffee.
Ooh. I don't know. It's probably community coffee from Clinton.
And all the porn you could
that'd
want.
be a step up.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I don't know. Seriously, I think they got to the clown porn and we're just we're done. This is it. We're not going any further. This is balloon poppings with clowns. We're just not gonna keep going. Or Mike, if they did have the crawler bot,
Yeah.
that's Pope Sex Fucker.
Oh, the first AI Pope?
Yeah. It gathered so much porn, it's sentient and perverted.
But that's my Pope
Here
name.
we've done our research. We know what you want. So introducing Pope Sex Fucker.
I don't know why that name just tickles me so much. Oh, God. So, all right. Again, the largest collection of porn in the world. Also, the third prophecy of Our Lady of Fatima. Are you guys familiar with the prophecy of Lady of Fatima? Did we talk about this already at some point in the show in the show's history?
No, not well. You might have, but
Okay, so all right, so another thing that's in the archives is the C3 Secrets of Fatima. Now, these secrets are a series of apocalyptic visions and prophecies which were given to 3 young Portuguese shepherds. And let's see, it was in 1917. Now, 2 of the secrets were already revealed because they were like, like World War II and shit like that. But the 3rd secret, God told her, was not to be revealed until 1960, when it will appear clearer. And it was released by Pope John Paul II in 2000, but everybody's like, it sounds like some vague bullshit. Like, it's about the persecution of Christians, is what they said. And I'm like, I don't believe that crap. So some of the theories about what the 3rd secret could be are Satan escaping hell in the beginning of the end times.
Cool.
The Pope being the Antichrist.
Cool.
Or fucking aliens and shit.
Cool.
Yeah. So everybody was like really disappointed with the 3rd secret, and they're like, let's make something up. So that's where we're at with the Our Lady of Fatima thing. Mike, what do you think the prophecy is?
No clue. I couldn't even come up with bullshit.
Wow. David, how about you?
They will invent a car that runs on olive oil.
Ooh. That's actually kind of more expensive right now. My theory is she just looked straight into like somebody's face and went, "Stop fucking little boys." That's my theory about the 3rd secret, to be honest. So now the reason I bring up Satan escaping is because the biggest secret that could be in the archives, and I have kept this kind of to myself to be a complete shock to you guys, is, do you know what might be hiding in the archives being held there by the Catholic Church?
Literal Nazis.
No, we're not going there yet.
Satan and Jesus are just 2 personalities in a whole array of personalities held by one person.
It's Sybil. No, no, it's Satan himself.
Oh, just Satan chilling out.
Yeah,
they figured out a way to imprison him.
Yes. So allegedly, what happened was during an exorcism, it turned out that the person was not just possessed by a demon; they were possessed by Satan himself.
Because he was bored.
He was real fucking bored. So they trapped him in a jar.
A holy jar.
It didn't say holy jar, so it could just be like
Satan's really small.
It could just be like fucking canned tomatoes. I don't know. Tomato preserves. But they trapped him in a jar, and he is being held in a jar in a room in the secret archives.
Under a towel. Behind a screen.
With a sign that says, "Beware the leopard." But
with a label that says, "Apricots."
God damn it. So, yes, they're saying that Satan is there, and there's speculation of, why would they hold Satan there? And I'm like, why the fuck wouldn't you hold Satan if you had him?
I mean, yeah, if you had Satan already in a jar.
Let him fucking go?
Yeah, I mean,
but they're saying,
I'm kind of like looking at everything. I would kind of be pro Satan. Like, he seems like he would be a cool dude.
Mike, are you our Henry Zabrowski now? No,
I don't know, but I'm just saying that, I think he's gotten a bad rap.
I kind of agree. Satan is pretty much the bringer of knowledge, and and honestly, I think it's all just propaganda.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, we're very pro Satan here.
Yeah, I mean, we're not anti-Christian, but we're definitely pro Satan.
I mean, he's just been literally demonized.
I shouldn't be laughing at that. But I mean, like, you know, in the Bible, there's that whole thing with Job where Satan's like, hey, I bet I can get him to curse you. Why the fuck would you be talking to God in the first place?
Yeah.
God's like, who let you in?
Partying with Satan seems like the best night ever.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, like, everybody talks about hell will be eternal torment. I'm like, really? I mean, Jimi Hendrix is down there. I mean, like, all the best rockers are there, the best musicians. It's gonna be a fucking party. Hey, you guys want to go, like, sin a lot and go to hell?
Well, I'm mostly atheist, so I'm going there anyway.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I took care of that this morning.
Yeah, oh, okay. All right. Well, we're not going to go into that. So, anyway, the idea is that Satan himself is there, and that one of the prophecies of Fatima deals with him, I guess, knocking the jar over.
They just have a cat loose in the Vatican, and the cat's like, meow.
Just
meow.
that kind of bat on the edge of a table. Bat.
Oh, and what if the cat's name is Lucifer? Oh, it all comes together.
I was actually picturing Satan popping out of the drink. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mittens. And then he just goes out and does whatever. But Mr. Mittens becomes the new Archduke of Hell. With a litter box made of sand from the plane of Ethereum. So, all right. So that's kind of what has been speculated to be in the archives. I'm sure there's more, but like the problem is every resource I find lists everything that I have just covered and nothing else. So there's a very limited conspiracy about what's in the archives. Before we go on to more subjects of what is actually in the archives, which our young friend David has uncovered today, Mike, what else do you think might be in the archives?
Pogs.
Pogs?
Just full of pogs.
Alf Pogs.
Alf Pogs.
Okay.
Hope Benedict was a big fan of Alf.
I could see
love
that.
that little guy.
Oh, he's so funny the way he goes and eats the cats, because the cats might let a Satan out. So, David, how about you? What do you think's in the archives?
I'm actually kind of disappointed.
Really?
I expected something much more interesting. Like, the most interesting thing was Time TV. And even that wasn't, like, weird enough for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I agree. But, like, I also don't really expect a lot of imagination from, like, Catholic conspiracy theorists.
Oh, I thought you were saying Catholics in general. I'm like, damn.
No, just the conspiracy
Mike's sitting right next
theorists. God damn it, Mike's not Catholic. He's an atheist. But the point is, like, I just think they're like, ooh, what if it's demons? It's like, that's the fucking best you got, really?
We didn't even get a lizard person thing in this one.
Well, there is one other thing that's supposed to be down there, which is like the most powerful grimoire in the world, but it was kind of boring because it's like it's a book with how to summon Satan. I'm like, you've already got him in a jar.
Why didn't you just summon him? You could just like
hang in there.
You pretty much just lift the lid and
wheel
go.
him out on a serving cart.
Yeah, like a tea trolley.
Yeah,
Satan on a tea trolley. So, but like, okay, yeah, it was a little disappointing, but like, what do you think's down there?
Like, I think probably if we're gonna go crazy with this, I think like evidence of the lizard elite.
Okay,
I think that maybe there's a bunch of lizards waiting to put on their human skins and become the next pope. Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty soon we'll be living in the world of Futurama with the space pope.
You know what? I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna kind of sidle up with yours, but I'm gonna go with that lizard chick from the last episode.
Yeah, Lacerda.
Yeah, Lacerda's down there. That's who's there, and she's got like a teleporter, and she could go and talk to Swedish people.
And she just negs all the young Catholics who come in there.
Yeah.
You're so stupid.
Oh, you're stupid. Do you like my lizard tits? I'm never going to let that die. That is like a thing now for me, so
the most, like, if likely thing I could think of, just a literal list of, all the preset have actually, touched little boys. Like,
I think a human trafficking list would be probably involved somewhere.
Right,
I think bodies have been moved into the Vatican.
I'm gonna go with that. I'm also gonna go with like I don't know, like proof of Either proof of the existence or non-existence of Jesus. One of those two things.
What if it's Bigfoot?
Could you imagine them having proof that he didn't exist?
I know, and that's the whole reason that part
would be
of
like
that's the end of their whole shtick.
That'd be nuclear.
That would be the end.
Could you imagine
all of it?
You finally hit the level where you get to access this information, and you find that shit out, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, how many bodies have they cleaned up from suicide in that part of the archive?
Yeah, I mean, you just don't come back from that.
No, you don't.
You have to have a certain, what do you call it, sociopath tendency to...
You have to be completely disconnected from emotion to read that and be okay if you're, like, hardcore believing.
Yeah. If we want a real answer to what's down there, I think it's a whole bunch of financial records involving their ties to the mafia.
Ooh. I'm going to go with... the most boring shit you've ever read.
Probably.
Honestly. Now, here's one thing I want to bring up about this. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
Clean, non-sexual at all, just like, milk toast Jesus fanfic.
Ooh, like...
It's a Bitcoin mining operation down there.
Hanging out. Well, sorry, I missed that.
Bitcoin mining operation.
But no, like... various, acolytes or, priests, just fanfics, them and Jesus, like, making a kite.
Yeah.
Jesus becoming their daddy figure.
And then, you know what Jesus did? Do you know what hot shit Jesus did then?
Praised you.
He healed another leper.
No, not even that. Just praised you. Like,
yeah.
You're worthy. You're our worth of love.
Oh, Jesus.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, if I went down in the archives, it was just a letter from Jesus Christ saying, you know what, I love you, you're worth everything, and, like, you're here for a reason, and it doesn't matter what the reason is, I'm just glad you're here. I'd cry and blow my brains out, honestly.
Oh, come on, don't do the second
Someone
thing,
should do an
the first thing.
ASMR channel that's just, like, Jesus giving, like, personal messages. You could have some guy dressed as Jesus being like, you're valid, you're worthy.
You're valid,
like,
you're worthy.
That would be popular.
Everything's fine, you're okay. You know what? I love you.
Subscribe to his Patreon to be called out by name. But the Patreon is still free.
And then at the end of it,
slightly less fraudulent than the Catholic Church.
Yes.
You're so worthy of my love. You're blessed. Everything is wonderful. Don't forget to smash that like button. Yeah, no, that'd be great. Just Jesus talking all wonderful and then just like doing the typical fucking vlogger shit.
Just the
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
VTuber.
Yeah. Oh god, he's a VTuber.
Oh,
he's
god.
like a rabbit girl.
Ooh, I need to find an artist. I need to learn
Super Mario Brothers.
I need to learn how to rig up a VTuber. I'm going to become the Jesus ASMR VTuber.
Oh God, please! It's great.
We're going to hell for this episode.
We are. This is
already there.
This is the worst one we've done yet, as far as us going to hell.
I guarantee we lose some listeners. On this one.
We definitely are, and I apologize if we've offended you. But like,
if you've made it this far into our shtick, I would have to say you kind of saw this coming.
You probably should have. Again,
but I'll also say that this is from a place of not hate.
No,
I'm not going to say love
not.
Exactly, but
well, again,
I mean, our host believes in Bigfoot, so like, take that with a grain of salt here.
Yeah, again, I have my religious beliefs. I can tear apart the things I love and come back to them, and I will still be stronger. You know?
Yeah.
That's a thing. So now, before we sort of close things out, David, you had discovered a recent article about the Secret Vatican Archives. The what was the fucking name I had for that again? I don't remember. Anyway, the Apostolic Archives.
Yeah, so it started with me because I knew we were recording this episode tonight, so I sat down to watch a documentary, and I found one about the Vatican and the Nazis. And I watched for about 40 minutes, and then I took a nap, so that I just did some research after. That's the process for this. But yeah, this was an article published May 5th, 2020 in the Smithsonian Magazine. Newly unsealed Vatican archives lay out evidence of Pope Pius XII's knowledge of the Holocaust. And the documentary goes a little further with that, but there's evidence that, Nazis may have been smuggled through Italy after World War II. There was also the fact that, like, the Vatican was constantly trying to make deals with Germany in the early 20th century, and then they finally end up making a deal with Hitler to secure, like, rights for German Catholics, and, like, just a lot of, like shady stuff. If you find yourself aligned with the Nazis, you might want to look into that.
Yeah, look, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I think we should replace the word may have with fucking definitely.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, yeah, that's some hardcore shit right there.
Yeah, so I mean, there's all sorts of here. I'm just going to read like a brief little segment here.
Please do.
From the article. So, on September 18th, 1942, Pius's assistant, the future Pope John Paul VI, received an eyewitness report of, quote, incredible butchery of Jews in Warsaw. 1 month prior, Ukrainian Archbishop Andrzej Zizipski had delivered a similar report informing the Pope about atrocities carried out in the Lviv ghetto. Reports Heretz's offer ederet. So, like, the idea is that, like, the Vatican knew what was going on, but, so, like, what was in it for them and that sort of thing. And, the documentary, I'm going to finish that up later, but, like...
You know what was in it for them? Mussolini not marching in and taking over.
Yep. I mean, that's totally possible.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with there. Because, like, that was a real possibility, and I'm pretty sure the deal he made was, we turn the blind fucking eye if you don't come in and invade us. And, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but, like, that is survival instinct.
I mean, it's pragmatic.
It's pragmatic. There's a lot of dead people because of it, but...
And that's the thing that I gathered from everything I read was that, like, for Pius XII, it was very much about, like, what's in the best interest for the survival of the church. And, to be fair, we have to be fair about this. Like, the Vatican, the Catholic Church did hide a lot of Jews in Europe.
They did. That is true.
When it came time to dealing with the Nazis and stuff like that, they turned a blind eye to a lot of it because they wanted to secure the safety of the German Catholics. But in the same measure, if you have Nazis infiltrating your organization and then you help them get to South America, well, there's some questions there. And
let's also say, on top of that, this does not factor in individual Catholics that helped the Jewish people during this time period. It's just... It's dirty and messy, like a lot of history. We tend to, like, when we teach history, we tend to sanitize it. We tend to make it, like, a good story. We try to clearly delineate, like, the good guys and the bad guys. But when you really look into history, you see that it is much more complex, much grayer. There's a lot of questions to be asked that don't have easy answers. And we just wanted to get that out there because that is in the archives. It was found. And you know what? I think now that it's been found, we can start asking some hard questions. And maybe some apologizes.
As a story.
Yeah, and maybe we can get some apologies about that. Who knows? Okay. So I'm, thank you for bringing that up because I think it's very important that even though we're talking about some funny stuff and our typical here's some crazy shit stuff, this is a real deal. This is some serious stuff that happened.
And the other thing is, when we look at all the subjects we talk about, all you have to do is type in the subject and then put "and Nazis" in the search engine, and you'll find some link.
Yeah, I mean, like, any Nazis and UFOs is like a real deep fucking rabbit hole to dig your way through. So, guys, that is our topic for the week.
We're done?
Mike, have you got anything?
I don't know. No.
Okay.
I guess.
All
Get you a
right.
fucking blog or something, buddy.
Now we have a question.
I think we have a couple of them.
Do we?
Yeah, we have one. You want me to just read the first one?
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so this is from Man in Black. And
Hey,
he
buddy,
asks-
how you doing? That's
Yeah, hey, man,
Eric
Black.
Queen, how's it going, man?
His question is, what supernatural shows do you guys enjoy, and what do you think are shit?
Like, so are we talking like fiction or quote unquote nonfiction?
Let's just go with both, man.
Okay.
Like we each get a fiction and then a nonfiction.
Okay.
So, David, you go first.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Fuck, okay.
You're the David.
So, supernatural shows that I enjoy. I just finished the first season of Chucky.
Oh yeah.
Okay, obviously
That counts.
fictional. Incredible show. That first season just
Totally.
absolutely killed it. Pun intended. So yeah, that's my pick for fictional, and then also for like non-fiction, but you could tell it's kind of fiction. That's like shit, but also I love it. Is Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans.
Okay.
Like, I love Ghost Adventures. I know it is like the dumbest thing at times, but there's just something about it I love. I know that Holly and I wanted to do like a podcast about it. We wanted to just like watch Ghost Adventures, and just record episodes about it.
Because
We love
that's
it
what
that
you
much.
need is another podcast.
Right?
Like you need a hole in your head.
Yeah. So
But no, I love Ghost Adventures, man. That's great.
okay,
It's,
cool.
It's terrible.
I don't think. Wait, Ghost is that the one that's actually that's nonfiction, right? That's where they actually go around and like.
Or say
Well,
they
I mean,
do.
they make
Yeah.
stuff up, obviously.
Sure. Yeah,
like
they
it's
all
like
do.
nonfiction. It's the biggest show on Travel Channel, I think.
Okay. I haven't. Oh yeah. Okay, my dad was watching that. Like.
Stop running. That one.
Yeah. So, Mike, how about you?
So, in modern times, I don't really watch any shows like that, unfortunately. But I'd have to say, like, I have to go with classics and say, like, nonfiction, Unsolved Mysteries,
Oh yeah.
and fiction, X-Files.
Okay.
Because I really don't watch a lot of that stuff
Yeah.
lately.
See, I kind of feel you on that
And
one.
on the
so-
reg anyway, you know, I've caught the random episode of like Ancient Aliens or stuff like that, but
Yeah.
you know,
Well, for me, for fiction, just from the bit I've seen, I've watched like the first season and a half. I'll go back to it eventually. I'm gonna go with Supernatural because it's fun. It gets more fun as it goes, and it's goofy as shit. But yeah, either that or X Files. Because like, I mean, fuck, it's X Files. It's where I get my viewpoint.
I guess I could say also like I had watched Supernatural. You know, I watched like the first like 7 or 8 seasons or something like that. So I guess that was more modern than, you know,
Okay.
X-Files. I just forgot about
Wait,
it.
so I thought this was a podcast about Supernatural. Have I been off the entire time?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You're totally fucking wrong.
Who is dreamier? I can't.
Yeah, let's
Castile.
just between us girls.
It's Castile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you I've never seen an episode of that show?
Really? You should check it out. Like the first season's okay. Second season gets better because they got like licensed music.
The first season's kind of rough because it's all like this weirdly. I mean, I'm sure it's licensed, but it's like really cheap licensed music. So it's like stuff you've never heard, and it's awful. I mean, no shade at whoever actually made those songs, but you're pretty
obvious.
terrible.
You're not Bob Seger.
It's like the CW level of recording artists.
You know, and
then-
here's my excuse, which is total bullshit. I think there's probably like too many episodes for me to catch up. But then again, I did finish all 1,000 episodes of One Piece.
Yeah, you
would
can't
say-
even fucking try.
I'll say
buddy.
whenever you're in the mood for like a long-term show. I mean, I understand you only have like room for 1 or 2 of those shows in your life at a time.
Dude, they did a crossover with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
I did hear about that, and I saw
that was
clips of that. I'm
pretty
like, oh,
awesome.
this is cute. And then one
Usually-
dude hitting on Velma, and it's like, who wouldn't?
Oh yeah.
Once per season they have a like kind of wacky episode that kind of is not really canon. So,
Like
and
the
that's pretty
episode
fun.
where
Was this
they
the gas
ended up.
leak?
No, like
Something
they
like that.
end up in
So-
as the actors that play them.
Yeah. One time they like end up in a different dimension, which is basically our dimension. They are the actors that play them. So,
It gets very
Supernatural is a show that
All right.
they're acting on.
Yeah.
You guys twisted my nipples. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, no, it's
But
fun.
like I said, the first season just is a little rough. It gets way better in the second season.
I mean, like the first season had a great thing where it's like, well, we're dealing with your typical woman in white, so we're gonna. And I'm like, oh, I'm in. They're naming shit that I know.
oh yeah, no, they take the lore pretty seriously.
Yeah,
Neat.
That's where I get the term the lore, because
Yes.
that's what they call it.
yeah. But as far as like nonfiction science fiction, not science fiction, supernatural series that I watched, I got two actually, and these are like major influences on me. The first is Beyond Belief Factor Fiction that used to come on
Yes.
Fox. I loved that show. That's where I first learned about Skinwalker Ranch.
I watched a lot of episodes of that on Pluto. Actually,
Ooh, it's on
they played that a
Pluto?
lot on their paranormal channel that like I introduced and ruined your life with.
Yes, yes, you
Yes.
did. That's
They
awesome.
play like 3 or 4 hour blocks of Beyond Belief like once a
Oh,
week.
I'm fucking there. And the other one is Leonard Nimoy's. Oh my God, what was the name of that show they was on?
Wasn't In Search of.
In Search of. That was it.
Oh,
In
was?
Search of. Yes, because they used to play that on like the Learning Channel, and back then I was like, how is this learning? I mean, you know, I'm enjoying it, but how is this learning? And now you go to TLC and it's like, well, fuck the name of this channel then. But like those were my two big shows. It's kind of like when I first discovered Time Life Books Mysteries of the Unknown, but on television. So yeah, thank you for that question, Eric. That was great. So we have a question, of course, as always, from Ghost Forge.
Mega fan Ghost Forge.
Mega fan. And his question is how likely, and here's the thing, I don't really get this reference.
Oh, I
How
do.
likely do you think that one bit of Charlie Sheen's drug-addled rants actually turns out to be the Vatican assassin warlock bit? Now, can you explain that to me, David? And Mike,
So,
do you know what he's talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know how much you know about Charlie Sheen, but he had a drug problem.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy
so
shit. That's so sad.
he got a little too into that tiger's blood.
Yeah, no, I remember the tiger's blood and Adonis DNA bit.
But he did it. He did at one point in one of his many tiger's blood infused rants. Talk about how Vatican assassin warlocks were going to be coming after him for speaking the truth. I can't tell you what the truth was he was speaking because it was all over the place. But like,
Okay.
he said that like the Vatican had assassins, and I could totally buy that.
You know, I actually know someone that did a comic for a while called Vatican Assassins, and now everything makes so much more sense.
Like the Vatican has a frickin' army. They have
Do they?
the Swiss soldiers that guard
Oh.
the Vatican. They're actual like mercenaries.
Now, let me ask you, these Swiss mercenaries, do their backpacks look like Swiss Army knives?
Cute.
Thank you.
No, but seriously, the Pontifical Swiss Guard or the Papal Swiss Guard,
Wow.
they were an armed force. They were like a literal military that protects the Pope and the Apostolic Palace within the Vatican City.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
Established in 1506 under Pope Julius II, one of the oldest continually operating military units in existence.
Well, that, I did not know that. That's interesting.
They look cool as shit. I love the orange and blue stripes and all that. It's cool.
Oh, wow. But how likely do I think that that's true? Not at all.
You don't think the Catholic Church has had people assassinated?
I'm not saying they haven't had people assassinated. I'm saying they don't give a shit what Charlie Sheen says because he's a drug-addled madman.
Yeah, you don't
You know-
have to pay attention to that kind of person, really.
Yeah.
See, but now I'm turning on to the side of Charlie Sheen because of what Emilio Estevez did.
What
You heard-
did
you know-
Emilio Estevez did?
Okay, do you remember the Mighty Ducks?
Yes.
That Disney movie about the hockey.
Of course,
you know
I
how they did
remember.
a TV show for it, right?
Right.
Where
Kind of recently.
where he came back. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not coming back for the next season because he doesn't want to get the coronavirus vaccination.
Okay.
I thought he was like the good one, man. I thought he was like the good.
No, there are no good Sheen /
Estevezes.
Estevezes. Yeah.
Well, no, there is the one who's always in like the low budget stuff, like Tim and Eric, and he was also in Werewolf.
Not Emilio. Jesus, I cannot remember his name. I know exactly
that one.
who
He's
you
the
mean.
good one. He's the good one.
Yeah, no, he is the good one. Like, he's not full of himself. I mean, he's also not like the best actor, but yeah.
Right. So I don't know. I think the Vatican's had people killed. So if I don't come back for next week, you'll know what happened.
Look, if you don't come back for next week, none of us are coming back for next week. We're all fucking dead by that point. But yeah, no, I
find that Mike is now a lapsed a relapsed Catholic, I guess.
Yeah,
he joins up again.
Mike, will you ever relapse into Catholicism?
I
much do
mean,
they
what's
pay
in
you?
it for me? I mean, really.
Wine and Jesus checks.
I mean, it just seems like a lot of work. You know, getting up every Sunday.
Oh, no, come on. It's Catholicism. You only have to go on like Christmas and Easter. I think we're going to end this now. So, again, we come at this from a place of respect. We don't mean to, poop on anyone's beliefs here. We all have our own beliefs, whether they
We don't mean to poop on the Pope.
Poop on the Popa.
Poop it on the Pope.
That's
I'm
a
just
shirt.
saying everyone should take a critical eye to their, stuff.
Just don't trust people who live in a castle implicitly. That's all I'm going to say.
I can't argue with that. It's never worked out in the end. So, but yeah, we respect your beliefs. You do you. All right? We love you. You believe what you're going to believe.
Well, and while you're doing you, make sure you hit up the Supernatural Selection Patreon. Please.
Thank you.
We have several tiers in which you can support us. If you want to see me draw a monster for you, make sure you join the Monster Club tier and get a cool drawing.
Let me just say that the Jet Horse is freaking amazing.
Everybody's been asking about Jet Horse.
Have they?
Yes. Several people are like, what's going on with Jet Horse? And I have to explain, you need to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's why I chose Jet Horse. There have to be questions. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, David is graciously donating art, which he is a fantastic artist. And if you would like to see a cryptid done doing whatever, definitely join the tiers where you get that.
I'm going to say, if you don't want to do any of that, the one thing you can do is tell one like-minded person to listen to us.
That's a very good point.
I mean, we don't ask a whole lot. I mean, if you want to go above and beyond, but if you like what we do, just tell somebody. Person. I'm sure you know somebody that would enjoy our brand of madness.
Yes.
They're probably hanging out by a building in the alley. They got a blanket over them.
Some guy trying to dig through concrete with his bare fucking hands, screaming about the lizard people,
seems like our target audience.
Straight into his head. Yeah, no, that's exactly who we want listening to this show.
Tell him to tune his teeth to Deviant Behavior Radio.
I love that. Yes, tune your teeth to Deviant Behavior Radio and listen to Supernatural Selection.
Slam them packets directly in your anus.
What?
Yes. I said those are words I said.
Well, that got recorded, Mike. What, silica? I was just about to say that.
Well, you don't know the basic tenets of TCP/IP protocol?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Supernatural Selection. Mike, shush. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Supernatural Selection. Of course, like David said, you can check out our Patreon. We also have a Ko-fi or coffee, or however the hell you say that. We do not have it linked yet, but if you go to ko-fi.com/supernatural selection, you can make a one-time donation, and we'd be very appreciative.
Well, at least I didn't start talking about, frames and error correction code.
You're killing my fucking brain, dude.
TCP, ICP, up the butt. No, wait, ICP is Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, no, it's TCP, IP, drink your Fago, juggalos, whoop whoop. So, shit. David, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at HPKOMIC. I'm updating the comics again. I got the radio show.
Which is awesome.
The Chucky podcast is now every other week, because I don't have to do a week to week because of the fucking TV show is now on break, which helps. It was driving me crazy, dude.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Well, it is about a serial killer in a doll's body every week, so yeah.
And then I've got all 4 of my Nostradamus books, so I'm going to be doing my research on Nostradamus.
Here we go.
Yep.
Yeah, you've jumped in with both feet. I have a book that I started reading that was a major mistake called Humans Are From Space. And do you know why this person says humans are from space?
Why?
We get sunburned, David. That's why we're from space. We're from a cloudy planet originally. Anyway, we're going to talk about... I guess.
It's a lot of clouds.
Like, the thing
Which
is...
is not Uranus. What?
Oh, whoa! So, we'll talk about that later once I figure out if this is worth doing an episode about. Otherwise, it's going to be like a bonus episode on the Patreon. Mike, have you got anything you want to plug?
You always ask me that, and I'm trying to resist the temptation to say my butt.
I keep hoping you'll say your butt. So yeah, okay.
But
plug your butt.
No, I just I don't do anything.
You can email Mike at skepticalmike@supernaturalselectionpod.com.
You're Kevin the Bastard. I'm Mike the Lazy Bastard.
Oh, there you go. But yeah, you can find this show, links to the Patreon and the Discord where you can join in the discussion at supernatpod.rocks or supernaturalselectionpod.com. Either way, we hope to see you in the Discord, joining in the discussion, asking questions, and basically having a good time. Thank you, everyone, for listening and your support. Again, I have been humbled by the amount of support this show has gotten over the last not even a year. It's
you're about to lose all that with this episode.
You're damn right.
Oh, come on. There's not that many Catholics.
Jesus.
There like 4.
Oh, God. Okay. Thanks, Mike. You killed it. You killed it. We're dead. We're fucking dead. Anyway, like that time you mentioned the Zetas. Anyway, so...
Hey, we're still alive.
Yeah, for now. So we will see you guys next week with another episode. So until then...
Unless we're dead.
Unless we're dead.
From the Catholics.
From the Catholic Swiss Army. Stay safe.
The Catholic Swiss Army?
Yeah. Chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah. So stay safe and stay frosty. Goodbye.
The snowman?
God damn it, Mike.
Arrivederci.
It's a Depova.
Ciao.